Hi everyone, I'm Tony and today I'm going to show you how to make my air fryer tofu from foodsharingvegan.com. Before I became plant-based and definitely in my early veg days, I hated tofu. I could not take it. The only experience I had with it was my grandpa, who is Japanese, eating it plain and serving it to me, and that's how he loved it. He would sometimes pour a little bit of soy sauce on top and enjoy it that way. So that was my only experience and I did not love it. Fast forward to many years later, I finally learned that it's just like taking, we'll say chicken. I used to eat chicken before I was plant-based and marinating it or seasoning it. You wouldn't eat it just plain. And so that's how I think of tofu. It absorbs the tastes that you season it with or that you marinate it in, and it makes all the difference. It's so versatile, and today I'm going to show you how to make something that's super easy. It's a great dip your toe in, or if you're already quite familiar with eating tofu, it's one that is perfect for weeknight dinners because it's so easy. So let's get started. I'm going to start with some super firm tofu. If you have extra firm tofu, that will work also, but my preference is super firm. You can find it at places like Walmart or Whole Foods. This one is from Sprouts. And the reason I like it is because it's already pressed. It doesn't have a lot of water content, so you don't have to spend a lot of time pressing it. And it has a meatier texture. It's like really chewy. So all I do when I cut this open is I drain the water, I slice it, and I didn't press this tofu, but if you want to, you're welcome to. All you do is take a napkin or a clean towel that is not fuzzy. I've learned the hard way using a fuzzy towel because then your tofu is all fuzzy, and put a book on top of it or something really heavy. For today's tofu, I've decided to do larger cubes. I did it because it was easy and I'm not frying it. If I'm frying it, I like to make the pieces a lot longer and skinnier, but today I just cubed it for the sake of ease, and it'll all fit in my air fryer this way. Pour it into a bowl, and I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of oil. If you don't use oil, that is totally fine. You can give it a try anyway. It won't be as crispy, but it'll still be quite crispy. And if you want to lessen your oil, I have already taken it down to just a teaspoon, but if you don't even want to do that, taking some spray and spraying it will do the trick. I'm gonna give it a toss until the tofu is thoroughly coated with the oil. It's a quick job. And if your tofu starts to crumble a little bit, that's okay. Now I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. If you're doing gluten-free, you can buy the Sanjay brand of gluten-free soy sauce. That's the one I like to use. Or you can use liquid aminos, and a company called Bragg's makes that. Then I'm gonna add in a generous amount of pepper. You can add in a minimum of a 1/4 teaspoon. I like mine really peppery. If pepper's too spicy for you, you can skip it altogether, but I think it really brings extra taste. And if you want it to have a little bit of spice, you can also use some sriracha and just add a small squeeze. And some other things that you can add are nutritional yeast. You can add a little bit of cornstarch if you want it to be more bready. And then we're just gonna give it a mix and allow it to marinate. All the tofu should be totally covered in this marinade, and we're gonna set it aside and let it do its thing for about 30 minutes. This is going to allow the tofu to absorb a lot of that flavor. And if you want it to be even more absorbent, you can freeze the tofu overnight before using it, and that'll create air pockets to take in more of that liquid mixture. My tofu is done marinating, so now I'm going to place it in a single layer in the basket of my air fryer. If you can, spread them out so they're not touching. This gives a better chance of everything getting crisped up. Turn on your air fryer, put the temperature at 375 and cook for 12 minutes. That's just gonna be the starting time. If it's not crisped to your liking, you can go for 15 minutes. So between 12 and 15 minutes. Make sure it's set to air fryer and start. The tofu is now done in the air fryer and it is beautiful. I wish you could smell this because it smells so good. And it has a really nice texture. I can already tell they've pressed up really nicely. And for the moment of truth, they taste amazing. As I mentioned before, you can freeze them. That'll give them a deeper flavor, or you can allow them to marinate overnight. You can also do something like this in a giant batch and air fry as you go along. So you can prep a big bag of this tofu in a marinade, and you can buy a different marinade if you don't want to use mine, but just the idea and the time with the air fryer will be the same. You can prep a big bag and continuously use it every night so it's freshly crisped. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how it goes in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.